June 6, 1944, the day of D. D-Day was the Allied invasion of German-occupied France on the Normandy coast led by General Dwight D. Eisenhower. It is known as the turning point of the war. Omaha was divided into 10 sectors, codenamed Able, Baker, Charlie, Dog Green, Dog White, Dog Red, Easy Green, Easy Red, Fox Green, and Fox Red. The landings were scheduled to start at 6:30 or H hour on a flooding tide preceded by a 40-minute naval and 30-minute aerial bombardment of the beach defenses, with the tanks arriving 5 minutes before H hour. The infantry were organized into specially equipped assault sections, 32 men strong, one section to a landing craft, with each section assigned specific objectives in reducing the beach defenses. We had complete air dominance during the invasion. On D-Day, the 29th Infantry Division, joined by 9 companies of the U.S. Army Rangers, redirected from Point du Hoc, were to assault one half of the beach. The battle-hardened 1st Infantry Division was given the other half. Combat engineer forces were carefully planned to reduce the coastal defenses and allowed the larger ships of the follow-up waves to land. The only artillery support from the troops making these advances was from the Navy. Finding targets difficult to spot and in fear of hitting their own troops, the big guns of the battleships and cruisers concentrated fire on the flanks of the Omaha beaches. The destroyers, however, were able to get in closer, and from 8 o'clock began engaging their own targets. Difficulties in navigation caused the majority of landing craft to miss their targets throughout the day. The defenses were unexpectedly strong and inflicted heavy casualties on the landing U.S. troops. Under heavy fire, the engineers struggled to clear the beach obstacles. Weakened by the casualties taken just in landing, the surviving assault troops could not clear the heavily defended exits off the beach. The initial assault was to be made by 2 regimental combat teams supported by 2 tank battalions, with 2 battalions of Rangers also attached. The infantry regiments were organized into 3 battalions, each of around 1,000 men. Each battalion was organized as 3 rifle companies, each up to 240 men, and a support company of up to 190 men. As infantry disembarked from the landing craft, they found themselves almost everywhere on sandbars 50 to 100 yards out. Some had to carry over 80 pounds of equipment, and before they could even reach the beach, they would have to wade through water, sometimes neck deep, and they still had 200 yards or more to go when they did reach shore. By the end of the day, 2 small isolated footholds had been won, which were subsequently exploited against weaker defenses further inland, thus achieving the original D-Day objectives over the following days. During the tank landing, 1 tank battalion lost all but one of its officers and half of its tanks. Casualties were heaviest amongst the troops landing at either end of Omaha. Nearly all companies landed at least a few hundred yards off target, and an intricately planned operation where each section on each boat had been assigned to a specific task. This was enough to throw the whole plan off.